In the last video, we looked at this graph and we decided all of the values, the inputs and outputs. So make sure you go back to 4.3b if you want to see the answers over there. But we're going to go back to this graph and we're going to review domain and function. Or domain and range, excuse me, of the function. So we've seen this before where we've got, okay, we can see that our x values start here and our x values end over here. And because we've got this point, it does fill in that one little spot, so we're okay. So we can see that all of my x values, and remember that's your domain are your x values. Those go from -4 to +6. And we want to be careful because we do have an open circle on that endpoint. So we're going to start at -4. It's a closed circle at -4, so less than or equal to the x values. And then just less than, because we've got this open circle here, less than 6. So that's a little bit of a review from 4.1. But now when I look at my y values are a little bit different here because we've got just this single point. We have this single point here that's just floating there. And then really my y values together don't start till here. And they go up, 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 up until we hit 5. So how do I deal with that single point? And it's not we've got this gap. So we're actually going to write that as a gap. We have a single y value at y equals -6. So for just one moment, we have y equals -6. There's a value there. But then the rest of my value is just like we did it before in 4.1. We're going to start at -2. That's an open circle. My y values go up to +5. And that's also an open circle, so no equal to there. This graph above is the example of a piecewise function. This is a function that is defined on a sequence of intervals. On this graph above, you can see that we've got this piece and this piece. And then we've even got this single point here too, where our function takes on different patterns depending on where you are in the function. So depending on what value x is, you may need to use a different function to find your output. So let's take a look at some piecewise functions written as functions and not a graph. Let's look at this first example here. So find f of -1. So basically it's saying that our x value is -1. When I go to my piecewise functions, over here, it gives me directions on what I'm supposed to do. So these are telling me when x equals something, do something else. So in this case, our x does equal -1. So I'm going to do this. That's just telling me that my y value will equal -5 when x equals -1. Now, what happens when x does not equal -1? So here on part B, x equals 3. Right? And when x equals 3, or which does not equal -1, it says I'm going to use this function. So there we go. We're going to just substitute for x the 3 and plus 9, add 9. We get 3 times 3 is 9, 9 plus 9. So then we get 18. So my y value when x equals something other than -1 depends on that x value. But when x equals -1, it automatically equals -5. All right. let's look at this new function over here. And I've got 3 examples. And now you can see that we've got ranges of values. So we're going to find f of -2. What that means, of course, is that our x value equals -2. So when I look at my function here, -2 would fall between -4 and 0. -2 does not fall between 0 and 5. So I'm going to use, since my -2 falls in here, I'm going to use this function right here. So anytime I have a number between -4 up to 0, not including 0, the answer is just going to be -1. So we're done. That one is -1. Let's take a look at D. In this one, in part D, x is going to equal 3. I take a look at my functions, we can see that 3 falls between 0 and 5, which means I'm going to use this function for part D, and I use this function rule. So then what that means is I substitute 2 times 3 minus 5, so that's 6 minus 5, and that's going to equal +1. Okay, now let's take a look at this final one. We've got find f of 10. So x equals 10. When I look up here, wait, 10 does not fall between -4 and 0, and it doesn't fall between 0 and 5. Also, I just noticed 0 would not work either because there's no equal sign. Should have made that an example. But when this happens, when your number does not show up, there is just no solution. This number, this is not part of our domain. 10 is not part of the domain because there's no solution for it. Right. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Let's see how you are understanding inverses and piecewise functions, and I will see you back in class.